I'm Izzy, and I've never done a video like this, but I wrote this speech for school, and I guess I just want to share it. Okay. I just want to start with a message to everyone out there who's questioning their sexuality or gender or identity, or who's thinking about coming out. Everything you're feeling is completely normal, and it's nothing that thousands of others haven't gone through before. And don't rush yourself into coming out, but know that whenever you do, you'll most likely feel a lot more comfortable in your skin and a lot better about your relationships with other people, because they'll know you better. I started thinking that I was bisexual when I was 13. The first person I came out to was my best friend, Danae. We were walking to class, and I suddenly whispered to her, "D, I'm bisexual." I immediately scanned her face for a reaction, and she just looked at me, shrugged, and said, "Cool." She's awesome that way. I came out to my sister and my parents a few weeks later. I still remember the conversations I had with each of them. I told my mom at Islands, my dad in his apartment, and my sister in her car. The responses were more or less the same from all of them. "I love you, Izzy. Be yourself." But for a long time after that, or what felt like a long time, I was still very much in the closet to everyone else in my life. After a while, it really started nagging at me. It was like this little voice in the back of my mind that was always there saying, "Nobody here knows who you are." And that's how it felt, like I was putting on an act every day. I don't know, eventually it just came to the point that I couldn't hold it in any longer. So I came out to everyone, school, the world, etc., when I was 15. I did it in the absolute easiest and quickest way I could think of, through Facebook. I posted something really nonchalant, like, "Oh, by the way, I'm bisexual." I got 2 comments on the post. One said, "Welcome to the LGBT family, cuz." It was from one of my second cousins, whom I didn't even know was gay until then. The other comment was from a girl at my school that I didn't know, and said something like, "I think it's really brave that you did this." These comments just made me feel supported, like, okay, at least 2 people are cool with me. And that was all I needed. I was confident after that. Most people didn't comment or mention it at school the next day, either because they hadn't seen the post or because they didn't have anything to say about it. But it didn't really matter because the important thing was that it was out there, and I didn't have to hide it anymore. Of course, a couple months later, I realized that I wasn't actually bisexual so much as I was gay, and then I kind of had to come out all over again. But it was much easier the second time. Something that was kind of funny about coming out was that most of my family wasn't surprised. Like, with all 3 of my aunts, I would get all worked up and nervous to tell them, and I'd give this huge lead-in spiel before finally getting out the words, "I'm gay," and then they'd reply with something like, "Yeah, I kind of figured." The hardest part of coming out was literally getting the words out of my mouth. Like, it felt like there would be a shift in my life or in my relationship with the person I was talking to from when I said the word "I'm" and the word "gay." So I guess the hardest part was anticipating the shift. But the shift itself was never that bad. Actually, mostly there was no shift. The most surprising thing that I learned after coming out was that most people could care less. I was so worried that people would see me differently somehow, but honestly, most people just don't care. And for the most part, the people that do care don't bother me anyway. It actually kind of feels like I wasted a lot of time being in the closet, but whatever, you just have to do it when you're ready. Anyway, that's pretty much my story. But if you, viewer, I don't know, ever want to send me a message because you're confused or something like that, curious, I don't know, or having issues at home, I don't know, I'm always around. Feel free to. And thanks for watching. Yep, ma'am. And I'm done.